On October 12, 2019, an anonymous Russian woman received a flurry of messages from Olya Sharipova, a longtime friend of whom the Russian knew was dating an internationally recognized tennis star. The text messages sent from Sharipova, through pictures and verbal descriptions, confided in the anonymous friend her ongoing struggle with domestic violence, the latest of which culminated in a vicious beating within the hotel of a high-profile tennis event. Olya revealed scars, bruising, and a deep fear of not knowing how to proceed, as she had tried leaving her partner in the past unsuccessfully. Just months earlier, Olya found herself barefoot on a New York City sidewalk, hiding and waiting for a friend to rescue her, having just escaped from the man who minutes earlier had held a pillow over her head following a fight. Despite her reluctant openness in sharing such sensitive information about her famous boyfriend to others, due to her fear of the boyfriend finding out or others simply not believing her, Olya until very recently kept hidden the fact that the mistreatment had driven her to take her life on not one, but two separate failed occasions. Having now uncovered her entire story through a series of interviews with noted tennis journalist Ben Rothenberg, the public and professional reaction to Olya's story has been muted, with one of tennis's biggest stars continuing his dominance virtually unimpeded despite massive controversy off as well as on the court, with violent in-match outbursts pushing the limit as to how far sporting officials will go to disregard punishing and or sanctioning their quote-unquote golden boy. Behind the golden facade, however, just what fact can we separate from fiction when we uncover the hidden side of Alexander Zverev? Widely known to most by his nickname Sasha, as he will be referred to for the rest of this video, the wonderkind German broke into the professional scene as a gangly teenager praised by industry insiders for his cutting-edge game, alluring charm, and undeniable handsomeness, a combination that was sure to bring him international fame if his ranking kept up. Looking into his pedigree after all, one might argue Sasha's life purpose since birth, in fact, was to achieve just that. Born to former professional tennis players of the Soviet Union, Sasha's apparent passion for the sport at a very young age incentivized his parents to dedicate their time training him and his brother, future professional Misha Zverev, for careers in the big leagues. Though initially overshadowed by his older sibling's success on the tour, Sasha's stellar junior results, including a junior Grand Slam title and reaching #1 in the ITF junior rankings, gave way for a professional career that started at only 14 years of age. In the decade that followed, steady results and marked improvement in technique, fitness, and physique propelled him into the top 3 of ATP rankings, emerging as one of the most heralded next-generation players, having conquered the 2020 Tokyo Olympics and coming within 2 points of winning the 2019 US Open. Solidifying his international fame and legitimacy even further, Zverev signed with Roger Federer's exclusive talent agency Team 8 in 2019, a deal which secured the German access to the industry's most valuable brand sponsorships and exhibition events. Though tennis all but consumed his waking life, Sasha did manage to make time for companionship and eventually love with the girl he had fancied since childhood. Her name was Olya Sharipova. Once a dedicated player herself with professional aspirations, Olya found herself disenchanted with the rigors of a full-time tennis career and left the sport as a teenager to pursue other life interests. That, of course, wasn't before she had met a boy her age at a junior tennis event in the United States, a young Sasha Zverev. Though the pair's young love had fizzled following Olya's departure from the sport, a photo posted to Olya's Instagram during a visit to New York years later caught the rising star's attention, as Sasha himself was in town to play the US Open. A DM led to a conversation, which eventually led to them rekindling their old relationship, a love story not unlike other fairy tale couples within the world of tennis, as the two appeared almost inseparable in public appearances over the next few years. Though a seemingly perfect couple on the outside, internal turmoil had in fact been long boiling over behind closed doors, and in late 2020, Sharipova revealed to the world her claims on who tennis star Alexander Zverev truly was, how their relationship had not been one of bliss, but one that was none other than a living nightmare. As recalled in a 2-part interview authored by Ben Rothenberg and published in Racket Magazine and Slate Magazine, Olya detailed that despite a promising start, the couple's time together quickly devolved into a relationship marred by Sasha's emotional mistreatment, manipulation, and eventually, violent outbursts. At first, it was initial time spent apart that Olya claims to have first comprehended Sasha's compulsive need to keep tabs on her and separate her from friends and loved ones. Though she did spend much of her time alone with Zverev on tour, time spent home in Moscow was interrupted by incessant calls from the tennis star, demanding her whereabouts and unimpeded attention.
I'd say, Sasha, I'm with my friends. Can I spend time with them? He'd say,
No, you need to talk to me. I'm important. I'm not important to you?
I'd say, I want to talk with you, but later. Can I call you in a few hours?
No, I'm not important to you. You don't love me? You don't want to spend time with me?
Even together, arguments devolved into a one-sided bombardment of insults, with Olya having recalled hearing,
"You're nobody. You didn't earn anything in this life. I'm a successful person. I earn money, but you're nobody."
Eventually, Sasha's increasingly possessive and controlling nature became physical. The first instance occurred at Zverev's Monaco residence in 2019, where in the midst of a heightened argument, Sasha hit Olya's head into a wall after she tried to leave, bringing her to the floor. In this instance, the shock of the moment led Zverev to start backtracking that it was she who had hit him first. In fact, he subsequently denied hitting her at all. The physicality escalated further as the pair made their way to New York City for that year's US Open. Whereas Zverev's intensity propelled him through 2 5-set matches into the 4th round, a different kind of intensity back at the hotel made Olya Sharipova fear for her safety.
It wasn't our normal fight. It was really scary. I was screaming. And because of that, he threw me down onto the bed, took a pillow, and then sat on my face. I couldn't breathe for some time, and I'm just trying to get out of it. I'm screaming and started to run.
Barefoot and disheveled, Olya found herself on a busy city sidewalk, accepting the assistance of strangers to help hide her from the boyfriend in pursuit while simultaneously texting anyone she knew in the area to help take her in. After finding that help from a friend, whose family then later convinced her to return to Sasha, Olya returned to the hotel to find her belongings scattered outside their room door, minus her passport and every personal artifact or gift Sasha had previously given her. Only once reunited with Sasha did her passport suddenly turn up. Gaslit by Zverev, his family, and even close friends, persuading her to take the tennis star back despite obvious signs of mistreatment, Olya decided to give Sasha one more chance heading into late 2019, when the relationship escalated from toxic to deadly. No longer holding back, Olya claims Zverev at this point became physically aggressive anytime he had nothing more to say in an argument. At that year's Laver Cup in Geneva, an ATP-sanctioned event hosted by Team 8, Sasha punched her in the face for the first time. 1 month later in Beijing, after verbally threatening to leave Zverev and return to Moscow, she claims Sasha held her down on the hotel bathroom's tile floor and beat her worse than ever before, even necessitating her to fight back for the first time. Having locked herself in the bathroom, Zverev called his father, Zverev Sr., to come remedy the situation. Upon his arrival, he announced to Sharipova,
"You have until evening to pack your stuff. If you don't leave, I will sue you, because I have photos of how you punched my son."
It was after these 2 instances, Geneva and Beijing, that the utterly distraught and soulless Olya attempted to end it all, being brought back twice after Zverev found her semi-unconscious and called for help. It was during the tournament finals in Beijing that Olya made her last escape, and has not seen Sasha in person since. Despite months of calls, texts, and an official marriage proposal performed by Sasha over FaceTime, Olya cut off all contact with the German by year's end, finally revealing the story and its details a year later, not in pursuit of criminal justice, but
to help other people who might be in similar situations find the strength to survive and be as resilient as I have been.
Though it's now been almost 2 years since the first story's initial publication, public reaction has been muted, giving credence to the long-standing unspoken truth of celebrity entitlement, where misdeeds may go unheeded if done behind closed doors. Now, of course, a popular and understandable opinion of many is that Olya has no tangible proof any of what she claims actually occurred, though a close look at available pictures and text message history from friends and family do corroborate many of the specific claims made in the article. As expected, Zverev has vehemently denied all claims and accusations, saying they are simply not true. In addition to the publications receiving a cease and desist letter from Zverev's attorneys, the tennis star further obtained a court injunction in late 2021 against Rothenberg in a Berlin-based defamation lawsuit. Matters become even murkier when viewing the issue as one to be handled by professional tennis itself, as while silence and impartialness, the ATP's first reaction to the issue, conveys an attitude of compliance towards the behavior, suspension and banishment will undoubtedly be viewed by others as a third party completely overstepping their bounds and responsibilities. Again, with no concrete proof and a resistance of Olya to involve the police, the questions become not if the allegations should be addressed, but how. To Team 8's credit, the agency parted ways with Zverev just 2 months after the initial accusations became public, with Zverev's career now being managed by his family. Though the ATP's current involvement on the issue as of this video's publication has been working with a third-party agency to investigate, Olya today claims that in the months since investigations began, she still has not been contacted by the ATP. Whether one supports or opposes Sasha, none can ignore the increasingly erratic and disruptive on-court behavior displayed by the German, and its ability to influence the outcome by those whom judge him in this case. From the multitude of coaches who have quit due to his attitude, to the violent chair umpire attack that landed him a surprisingly light 1-year probation, the self-proclaimed member of the new Big Three's ego may not be big enough to maneuver the turmoil ahead if his past actions come back to haunt him. On the grand scheme of the sport in general, of course, Sasha Zverev's is one of the many controversies that have or currently still take place within the world of tennis. And as evidenced by this video and many of this channel's previous ones, the subject matter many times deals with topics that the YouTube algorithm does not like, leading to some of my videos looking like this. This exact issue is why I want to quickly tell you about Nebula, a streaming service that allows me to create the content I want without censorship and without ads. Not only will you find all of my existing and future content there, ad-free, but Nebula users will soon have exclusive access to original, full-length Colt Tennis videos I wouldn't otherwise be able to upload to YouTube, allowing me to finally edit and upload many of the scripts I've just been sitting on. You'll find my content there, alongside other major creators like Wendover, Mike Boyd, MKBHD, and many, many more. Here's the awesome part though. I've teamed up with CuriosityStream, the sponsor of today's video, so that when you sign up for their service using my link down below, you get Nebula included free for as long as you remain subscribed to CuriosityStream. Both services for less than $15 a year. I'm sure you love documentaries as much as I do if you're watching this video, and CuriosityStream offers thousands upon thousands of high-quality and thought-provoking documentaries to satisfy any interest. Just recently I watched Out of the Cradle, a fantastic film documenting human evolution using the latest paleoanthropological findings mixed with extensive CGI, which honestly blew me away. This bundle truly is the best way to support this channel, so by signing up at curiositystream.com/culttennis, you'll get a subscription to both CuriosityStream and Nebula for less than $15 a year.